You can't zoom in on my knees.
I will.
Okay, circadia.
Academia.
Dark. I've been using the anti-dandruff.
I use Dove.
Same.
Oh.
And my hair looks flat.
Really?
You get it better. Well, that's a lot to ask for.
Well, maybe your sleep would be better.
I have
That's
a
why. We'll always be here.
Yeah.
We'll always keep calling.
Yeah. Wait, is my cellulite showing?
Oh,
And now it looks
are
like
you
I'm
wearing
not wearing
shorts?
That's why I've been trying to pull my. But now I just have to sit like a little Victorian child. This is an entire episode. I thought it was coffee or a Lonnie, and then it was water, and I was like,
No, do not disturb. Okay, sorry. Last week we had books everywhere.
I missed them. You know what? Next week.
What's next week?
What is next week? Oh, the myths, debunking myths of successful people. $5 footlongs.
I could go for a sub.
Firehouse.
I need to stop. Today we're going to talk about fat tongues.
We are going to talk about fat tongues. I love this topic.
No, we're talking about health and wellness today. A little bit more heavy focused on women's health, but in general, health and wellness.
Yeah, and you know what? It's not actually just about your gym fits today. It's about everything. The internal.
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Do you want to start? Should we just kick it off?
I think we should just get right into it.
Okay.
Because I fear we're going to be talking for a while.
Yeah, we are.
Let's start off with our body's internal clock, which is your circadian rhythm.
I have trouble sleeping.
Let's talk about sleep.
No, sleep is actually, that is, for men, are we talking about mental health or is it just body?
we can talk about it. It
Okay.
all connects,
My
right?
mental health sucks because I'm not sleeping. I was just on a call with my therapist today and I said I'm struggling with insomnia.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because, I don't know. I don't know why I'm struggling. If I knew, I feel like I would find a solution. But she said that sleep is literally the primary thing to better health, like better mental health. So if you're not sleeping...
Listen, sleep is slept on a lot of times.
Sleep is slept on.
That was such a horrible joke.
No, I liked it. I saw it bubbling.
No, your sleep, I think a lot of people don't realize how interconnected everything is. And the body has an internal clock, which is your circadian rhythm, and it's a 24-hour clock. It's actually very interesting because everything connects to it. Literally the temperature of your room, how much sunlight you get in the morning. It's something that Andrew Huberman talks about all the time.
We love him.
We love him. There's actually an episode that we're going to talk about later that I'm going to link in the description about female health.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice of you.
Link in the description. Or like go to this other podcast.
Yeah, I know.
But come back. Anyways, Andrew Huberman specifically talks about how when you wake up in the morning, it is so important to get sunlight right away.
Yeah.
Just to step outside for a few minutes and
Do you sleep with your blinds closed?
I do.
Oh, I don't.
No?
No.
Oh, so you do wake up. No, you wake up before the sun comes up.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. But I never sleep with the blinds closed because of that reason.
Really?
Yeah.
But when you go to bed, is it not still light outside? She goes to bed at like 8.
You don't need to say that. No, I've been going to bed later.
Basically, this clock of yours is affected by so many different things. And everything, even like all your hormones and your cortisol levels, like all of that affects your circadian rhythm and your sleep cycles. And so if you are extremely stressed out, even if you're eating healthy and you're going to the gym and you're doing all of these great things for your health, if you are still extremely stressed out, there's a good chance you might struggle with sleep because your cortisol levels are probably through the roof.
Yeah, that's like the biggest thing I feel like a lot of people don't realize. When it comes to weight, I think especially, it's like whenever, so you could be doing everything right, like Steph said, like you could literally be going to the gym, you could be eating like a bodybuilder, like clean as fuck. But if you have something stressful, like super severe going on in your life, odds are your body's keeping on the weight. And it's like, it's so upsetting because like even from my own experience, like lately I've had like a lot of stressors in my life and like I go to the gym regularly. Like, you know this, I'm there every single morning. I'm there for an hour and a half minimum. I eat well. I'm seeing it in my body and I'm like, what is going on? And every single doctor will say, get to the root of your cortisol levels. It's the stress. Get to the root of your stress, and I promise you will see a difference in your body.
Cortisol and your gut health. Like, I feel like those two things are so overlooked. And everyone knows, especially with social media, I feel like everyone talks about cortisol this, cortisol that. What exactly does that mean? And, like, how do you fix it? And it's your stress. It's trying to get to the root of, and so running away, if you're dealing with something, running away from that problem is not going to help.
Yeah.
It's just going to make your body stress out because your body holds on to trauma and emotions tightly.
The body keeps the score.
It does.
Read that book.
Andrew Huberman had Dr. Stacey Sims on his podcast like a year ago, and she was talking about specifically female health. And she said that when women wake up, immediately their cortisol peaks within like the first 30 minutes of being awake. And that's why it is so important to eat something in the morning, especially if you're planning to work out.
Right.
Because if you go to work out without, like if you do a fasted workout, you're stressing out your hormones and your cortisol.
Yeah.
And that, right away you're not going to notice it, but the effects of that can actually lead to gaining weight.
Right.
And she talks about, because obviously, especially nowadays, there's so many people who talk about fasting and intermittent fasting and all this stuff. And yes, there are a lot of benefits to fasting, but it is important to look at the studies done on men versus women.
Right.
Immediately when you wake up, in order to hit a good workout and get the maximum benefits for you as a female, you should eat something small before you work out. And it doesn't have to be big. It can be like, I think she recommended 15 grams of protein or something. And what she said is, because she also said, she's like, when I wake up, I'm not hungry. So the night before, I'll make myself like an espresso, and I put a bit of protein powder in it and a little bit of, I think she said almond milk or something for a bit of the sweetness or the carbs in it or something. She's like, that's what I have before I work out, because I'm also not hungry, but I do need that little bit of fuel to help my hormones and my cortisol.
Yeah.
I do my workout, and then within 45 minutes of your workout, like once you're done, eat a high protein breakfast. Ooh. And she said you'll get the maximum benefits doing that. And if you do want to fast, then you can fast in the evening. Like, let's say, if you want to stop eating after 6 or something, do it that way, because men, they can wake up and go to the gym and do a hard, intense workout and then not eat until 12 or 1 p.m. And their bodies don't get as stressed out as women's do.
Why? Why do men always have it better?
But you know what? It's not that they have it better. It's just our society has been trained to benefit men. So we've been taught fast the way they do. So that's what we're adapted to. So now to change our mentality and to change the way we go about things, it's a lot harder. But now I'm trying to retrain myself where it's, eat a good breakfast, eat something small before you work out, have your lunch and early dinner, and then stop eating after 6 p.m.
Yeah.
But that's more difficult for me to do, even though I'm eating more technically.
Yeah.
It's more difficult because I'm used to not eating during the day as much, and then eating majority of my meal before bed. But she was saying you can still fast and you can still have whatever your 12-hour window or 18-hour window, but push it until the evening, because once we wake up from our sleep, the way we're programmed is our cortisol level spikes.
Yeah.
So in order to help navigate that and manage it, you want to eat something small. Again, doesn't have to be very, she literally puts protein powder in an espresso. Like it's not a huge meal here.
I did that this morning.
Was it good?
It was good.
You loved it?
I did.
Good.
I think there's so many health tips online too that are just like myths and misconceptions. And I think like, obviously like you don't actually really know the truth, because like then you see people that are like fasted cardio is the best, right? Like, and it's like, okay, but that's technically a workout, so like am I supposed to eat before doing like a run or something like that? But then it's like, then you got people saying, no, do a fasted cardio because that's how you burn more fat. And it's like, but then that debunks what she's saying. Well, not debunks, but debates what she's saying, I guess.
But again, it's like when you do a spin class. When you come out, or really high intensity, like running a marathon, you come out of that, you're sweating to death. But for females, it's not, we're pushed to do high intensity cardio workouts, because ever since we were young, it's like the supermodel skinny. It's always cardio, eat less, do whatever. It's this toxic.
Eat less, do more.
Yeah, eat less and run more is basically what it pushes. And obviously, if you do like a spin cycle class or something, running, you're sweating and you feel good, so you feel skinnier. And so it's addicting, because you're like, wow, I sweat it all out. I feel great. But you've pushed yourself so much that actually backfires on you, because I don't know if it necessarily slows down your metabolism, but it affects the way your body stores fat and the way because you're putting too much stress on it. Yeah. There's different ways. And she was talking about, it's good. High intensity workouts are good, but then do interval training. Like if you're going to do runs, do the sprints on the treadmill where you run for a minute, get off, run for a minute, get off. Those types, not pushing yourself so much where you're like, I'm going to faint, but I'm going to keep going, because you're putting way too much stress on your body, and that your body holds stress. Yeah,
absolutely. I think too, like even between sets, don't be afraid to take a couple minutes of a break. I know it's like you see somebody that wants to use a machine or whatever. You were there first. You can be there. Like you can take as however long you want to do your sets. But also you shouldn't, this is literally a fact. You should not be doing rep after rep every 30 seconds. Like not reps, sets after sets, because your body needs time. It just lifted so much weight.
Yeah.
It needs at least a minute and a half of a cool down before you go in and like say you're squatting 3 plates on each side. You can't do that again after 30 seconds. You're going to die. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like you have to, it's important. I think the biggest thing is to just give your body a rest when it needs it. And also, in terms of like, I know it's so horrible because I feel like skinny is in again, like that skinny, whatever, like that supermodel, like whatever. I just want you guys to know that you need to love your body in every stage of your health and wellness journey. Because if you're like criticizing yourself in the mirror that you're like, but I've been doing this for like a month and I'm not seeing results and I'm just going to go back to binging or I'm just going to starve myself. Like it takes time to see results and you can't just go to one extreme or the other because you're going to like, that's why I don't like those like fasts that are like a specific food group or like whatever, because it's like you're gonna crash and then all of it's gonna be 10 times harder to get back into something if you do like, it's not a lifestyle. Like,
no,
do you know what I mean?
And again, you might see fast results at first, but you're
like
screwing
keto
yourself.
And shit. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, keto's the one where you don't eat carbs, right?
Yeah, and it's like a specific gram of carbs.
So you need carbs, first of all.
Yeah.
Second of all, it's impossible to avoid carbs the rest of your life. And that's one thing. It's like, if you want to lose weight fast, yeah, sure, don't eat carbs. But the second you start to eat carbs again, you're going to gain weight twice as fast.
Yes.
Because you've screwed up your rhythm. The same thing with, which people don't realize, is there actually is like a lot of studies done about doing like a 2 to 3 day fast. It's a whole thing. You have to like prepare for that. You can't just, it's not like a every month.
Well,
let's
I've
do
heard that
this.
24-hour fast reset your system.
I don't know. It's a whole science. That's a messy, not messy, but I don't want to.
We don't know enough about it.
We don't know enough about it.
Yeah.
But what I do know is I've done my own fasts here and there, and I felt so skinny.
Yeah.
I felt great.
Yeah.
But my problem was, and this is because I didn't do enough research on it, I went to the gym and I got a good workout in. I was going to have a really high protein, healthy meal. So I went home and I made this big, healthy, high protein breakfast. After like halfway through the breakfast, I was starting to feel bloated.
Yeah.
Not necessarily full, but bloated.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's fine. Like, you haven't eaten in a while, and this is healthy. This is fuel, and this is all great stuff for you. And it was a good amount. I finished it. And then the rest of the day, I felt so bloated. And I was like, how can me eating such a healthy breakfast make me feel so bad? And it was because when you don't eat for that long, your body starts to rest. All your organs and all the things that are supposed to be breaking down food and everything in your system, it's like taking a vacation. They're chilling. They don't have to work.
Yeah.
So they relax. Picture you're exhausted and you haven't been to the gym in weeks.
Yeah.
And you go to the gym, you're kind of like, hey, how do I do this again?
Yeah.
Right? You start off a little bit slow.
Or you do it and then you come back and your body's sore for days.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so that's what happened, is like I was eating the food and it's almost like I ate too much in that sitting, where my body didn't know how to react to it, and it was like, oh my gosh, there's food coming and there's a lot of it.
I just picture all of your organs like chilling at the Bahamas, and then a fucking like tidal wave tsunami comes and they're like, ah!
It's like eggs and avocados and bacon.
They're literally running, some are drowning. That's funny.
No, but they were drowning.
Yeah.
And what I didn't realize is I was supposed to eat, maybe just one egg.
Poor people.
Poor people.
Poor organs.
Right?
Yeah.
But that's exactly what happened. They were chilling, and I should have ate just like an egg or something small, because you eat a little bit, you let your body come back from vacation and say, okay, like, let's break this down.
Yeah.
And then in a few hours you can eat a little bit more, and then you slowly eat again. It's
like
not
when you're sick.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to get up the day after you're sick and run a marathon. You get up and you start moving. Exactly. You start moving and you start functioning again. So anyways, be very mindful of, just because it's working for a male doesn't mean it's going to be perfect for you.
Yeah, exactly. And please do your own research and see. It's trial and error. Like, experiment with your own stuff, because I guarantee you 50% of the influencers that you see have struggled with their body image and are not actually doing what they need to do, and you don't know what they eat behind the camera. You don't know how they lift, and also couple it with strength training is actually really important because it boosts your metabolism. That's a big thing. It's like everybody thinks that like if you strength train, you become like this like muscular person, and it's like, well, yeah, if you want to like pack on the protein, eat 3 chicken breasts a day and
Yeah.
like, creatine it up. But really, it actually just boosts your metabolism and it gives you that lean physique. And also, if you are on the smaller side, Pilates, that'll also give you that lean physique. But don't be afraid to use muscle, because if you just do straight cardio and like, you're a little bit bigger, you're not where you want to be, you're going to get that skinny fat, that loose
Yeah.
skin. So it's important to do both at the same time.
There's balance in everything.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to talk about gut health, because like that's the most important, especially for women. Steph, you've been blessed with great skin. I, on the other hand, have not, and I can promise you, if skincare isn't working, it is your gut. 9 times out of 10, it is literally your gut. There's something wrong with your gut. Either you have IBS or there's something that's just malfunctioning in there.
Yeah.
You need supplements. You need probiotics. Me and Steph take Bloom's Super Belly. It's like a powder that you put, and you can literally drink it throughout the day or whatever, but it fixes gut. There's like apple cider vinegar in it and like all of this stuff. But take probiotics. Pre and probiotics. Every single girl should be taking probiotics. It helps with regular bowels, and it just cleans that up. So you get like greens for your gut, and then your skin gets clearer. It's a good beneficial tool, and that is like every single person will recommend probiotics. In terms of cognitive functioning, because I want to kind of talk about supplements now, creatine, I just learned that is actually not just for your muscles, it's for your brain. So actually, if you have grandparents that are aging, give them creatine. You take creatine, don't you?
I do. I didn't know so much about the effects on the brain, but I know that it's really good for your bones.
Yeah, it's good. Like there's so many, and Andrew Huberman talked about that in his last podcast about creatine. It's actually really good for your memory and just brain functioning in general. So take creatine, not just for that. But
what I've learned about creatine though is you have to be consistent with it too. You can't take it like once a month or once a week.
Yeah.
You have to take it every single day.
Yeah, and
for it
also,
to be like effective.
Yeah, and also it's like I know a lot of people are scared of creatine because they say they get bloated on it, and it's like apparently you have to drink a lot of water with creatine. But it's just like, again, I don't know about like I don't take it personally, so I don't really know how it would affect my body, but I can assume that if you're building muscle, you're going to feel a little bit bulkier. Like, you know what I mean, on
Yeah, for
creatine.
sure.
But supplements that are good for you, magnesium, omega's like fish oil. It's so good for your brain.
Again, especially for females.
Yeah, exactly. And like, eat fish. Like even if you don't like fish, just take the fish oil. Take omega. Fish is so good for you. It's rich in so many antioxidants and vitamins. Blueberries, berries, like the thin skin, they're so good for you. Like there's so many foods. I think in general though, like broccoli, veggies.
Yeah, and whole foods. Like really prioritize whole foods. And I mean, me and Mar love our energy drinks and our protein bars and all those things, but especially the protein bars, they're so processed, and there's so many chemicals in them. Actually, I was telling Mar, I went away to Portugal recently, and there's different laws in Europe versus here about what we're allowed to eat and what we're allowed to have and the chemicals that they put in the food. And it's crazy because drinking a Diet Coke or a Coke Zero there, it tastes healthy. You're drinking it and you're like, whoa. It tastes healthy. You drink a Diet Coke here or a Coke Zero, it tastes basically exactly like regular Coke tastes. Not that it's healthy there either. I'm sure there's a ton of bad crap in it too. But just to notice like that difference, it was significant.
Yeah, and I went to Mexico last year as well, and my boyfriend and I were eating like beef barbacoa, like all of the things that you would eat here. And both of us like got up and we were like, we feel like great. But we ate a lot. But like, say I went to like any burrito place here, I would eat like one burrito and I'm like, oh,
instantly.
I feel so like, you know what I mean? It's the ingredients. Like I don't know. So just check your ingredients and just be mindful to eat whole foods.
Yeah.
Couple that with supplements, but don't make supplements like your entire like subsidiary of whatever you eat. Like, you know what I mean?
Look at think of what you're lacking, do your research on your symptoms and how you feel and what you think would benefit yourself, and prioritize taking those supplements daily, but also eating a lot of whole foods.
Yeah, exactly. So supplements, couple that with whole foods, I feel like you'd fix your gut, you fix your brain.
I want you to talk about the fat tongue so badly.
Okay, we're going to talk about the fat tongue. This is so funny. I was listening to the Mel Robbins podcast, and she interviewed this doctor, and he talked about the first place you gain weight is in your tongue. And I told Steph that because I was in complete and utter disbelief, because I was like, that's not what you think. You think like your face, you think your butt, like you think your arms. No, it's your tongue. It's the back of your tongue. Let me explain. So and it actually will make sense.
I love how excited you are about this.
Because it's so interesting.
It is.
Like, so the front of your tongue is like an acrobat.
Gymnast.
Gymnast. Simplify that. Gymnast. And then the middle of your tongue is muscle, and the back of your tongue is marbled fat. Can you believe that? Yeah, so it's marbled fat because the back of your tongue is what it allows the food to slip down to be ingested, essentially.
She's not doing as much work as the front of the tongue.
Yeah, exactly. The front of the tongue is just playing games. But yeah, so the first sign to you gaining weight is snoring. And it makes sense because if you're laying on your back, which don't do that, sleep paralysis. But like if you're like snoring, it's because your tongue is getting fatter.
That's crazy.
Isn't that
I didn't know
crazy?
that was like why. I mean,
I'm so excited about it.
I know you're so excited. No, that's crazy because you hear that a lot of people say when they lose a significant amount of weight, they stop snoring.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably other factors involved, but to stem from the tongue,
I know.
like,
But it's also like a sign that you're gaining weight. So if your partner snores, I asked my boyfriend, I was like, show me your tongue. And he like stuck it out and I was like, oh my God, you have a fat tongue. Because he snores a lot. Let me show you.
you took a photo?
Yeah. Look at how fat his tongue is.
I'll briefly go over. Obviously, everyone knows
About periods.
Like, it is.
Bloody fun.
It was like a. Okay.
Oh, I did something.
You did something.
I did.
You didn't know you did it.
No, I didn't.
But it's interesting because I feel like everyone obviously knows about periods, so they know about the menstrual phase.
Yeah.
And I feel like more recently, a lot of people have been talking about the luteal phase.
I actually don't know that. Explain it to me.
The luteal phase?
Yeah, I actually don't know anything about
Really?
it. I just hear a lot about it. I want you to tell us what the luteal phase is and the stages of it. There's one that starts with an F.
Follicular.
Follicular.
So basically, there's 4 stages. Your first is the menstrual phase, which lasts. Obviously, this is different for every body, but it lasts anywhere between like 3 to 7 days.
Yeah.
And then you have your follicular phase, which lasts another week or so, 7 to 10 days. And then your ovulation phase, which could be roughly maybe 5 days.
Yeah.
And then your luteal phase, which is, I think, one of the longer ones. I think it's like 10 to 12
What
or
do they
14
mean?
days. So I saw on Pinterest actually one time somebody compare it to the seasons, and since then I've seen it a few times, and I love the analogy of it because it's an easy way to remember. Your menstrual phase is like your inner winter. So this is when you kind of want to go into hibernation. You just got your period. You're not feeling your best. You don't have a lot of energy. So during this time, you really want to focus on like resting, maybe doing some stretches. If you have the energy to go for some walks. In the creative aspect and just task wise, you can journal.
It's like the cozies.
It's the cozies.
Yeah.
So during that time, you also, again, it's your inner winter. You should prioritize eating even like warm, like soups and stews and maybe chilies.
Free bleed. I'm just calling out things. You're like so like mature about it. I'm the Victorian child saying, yeah, fat tongue, free bleed. But no, free bleed. Free bleeding is just essentially just wear a pad and like, I know it's gross if you're like on the go all the time. So like you wear a tampon. But if you have the option, wear a pad because tampons are proven to not be good for you. Sometimes you don't have a choice, but like it literally makes your period last like 2 days less. Like it's the truth. Like it's like I'm like a very heavy flow and usually they last like 5 days and I was wondering why. And I was wearing a tampon all the time because I was going to university and stuff. And then now that I work from home, I just like wear a pad and it's like gone within after like 3 days.
It's crazy.
Because it's like there's nothing blocking it.
Yeah.
It's literally just coming out naturally.
Well, also tampons absorb a lot of like your water that's not supposed to be absorbed.
Talk about that.
Well, I don't know much about it aside from that. And then you go into your inner spring, which is your follicular stage. So this stage, you start to get your energy back, right? You're coming out of winter. Spring is coming about. So
spring has sprung.
So you're getting your energy back. So you can go back to the gym and start lifting and doing moderate weightlifting and this and that, focusing on iron and fiber foods, things like that. At this time, too, this is where we start to feel a spark of creativity. So a lot of times when your period's ending and you're going into this stage, this is when people are like, I have my energy back. Let me clean my room. Let me start this project. Let me paint.
Right.
Let me create something. So use that to your advantage. Use that time to plan what you've been wanting to plan and create something and socializing too. You get your energy levels back to socialize.
Yeah.
Then we move into our inner summer, our hot girl summer.
Yeah.
It's the ovulation phase.
Yeah.
This is when we're glowing. We feel our best. We feel amazing.
High pregnancy.
High pregnancy. your ovulation phase is the time of when most people are able to get pregnant. Like that's like the highest probability of getting pregnant, right, is during your ovulation phase. And it's kind of crazy to think about. That's when you feel your hottest and your sexiest. Like you feel great about yourself.
Because it's exuding feminism.
It is femininity. Anyways, after hot girl summer, what happens? Or inner fall?
I love fall.
I know.
Oh, is this a bad stage?
This is your luteal phase.
Well, then switch it. I want fall to be my ovulation.
But your fall is starting to get cold. I know we're feeling good. We love fall, but you start to get cozy again because your energy levels are dipping. This is when you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're like, what's wrong? What did I change about my life that's making me look like this? Because you don't look like yourself. You're
seasonal sickness.
Well,
because whenever it gets colder, you get sick. Is that what it is?
Yeah, that works.
There you go.
Also, in your ovulation phase, like that, you have a lot of energy, so you can do high intensity workouts.
Yeah.
Your luteal phase, you start to slow down, so you can still do like strength training and all that stuff, but you are starting to slow down. You're not feeling your best because you're preparing for your hibernation.
So that's why you get the symptoms in your luteal phase.
The woman's body is crazy.
I did not know that.
Anyways, those are the stages.
Every time I see cosmic brownies, I think of you.
During those phases, it's important to know which phase you're at, because whichever phase you're at determines, what you should be eating during that time, what you should be prioritizing, what even your workouts. If you're day 1, day 2 of your menstrual cycle, you shouldn't be doing a high intensity workout where you're like sprinting or exuding all of your energy.
Do you have an app that shows that?
Of which phase you're in?
Yeah.
No, but you can kind of like be on top of it.
See, I didn't know any of that. I just keep hearing people speak about it, but I'm like, I just kind of go with the motions. So I think that'll help me. No, genuinely, I'm like you guys right now listening. Like, I genuinely did not know that. Maybe all of you knew that. I didn't. Anyway, I'm sure we're going to be doing another podcast about this because there's actually a few things we didn't get to, but I feel like those were pretty key points in terms of health and wellness. Obviously, there's the gym, but there's a lot more than the gym. Obviously, there's hydration, but there's a lot more than hydration. So I'm sure we'll revisit this topic again. So closing with the fat tongue. Check your tongue, people. And then keep calling.
Your partner's snoring. Check their tongue.
Yeah, and call us.
Good
morning!